You're gonna be fine. I'm gonna give you something for the pain. Son of a bitch.
Madam President, the drones took out Air Force One and Marine One. We cannot extract you by air.
Jones, what's the status of the other convoys?
LAPD reports surface streets have been compromised. Cortes Diaz sleeper cells have been activated and are rampaging through the streets.
Any word on casualties?
Downtown LA evacuated. Preliminary reports are below expectations.
Thank God.
So Call of Duty Black Ops 2 actually takes place in two different time settings. It takes place in the past, in the 1980s, at the end of the first Cold War, and then move forward to 2025 to our fictional new near future. And the reason we did that for is multiple reasons. One, it really plays into our storytelling. We've introduced a new set of characters. One, our villain, Raul Menendez, who comes to power during this Cold War time frame. And this is where you see his rise to power, who he is, what he's all about, and then actually moving to the future is where he uses that power to inflict his his vendetta against capitalism. Another reason we actually went to the future is really opening up a lot of gameplay opportunities in terms of weapons, in terms of technology, in terms of really sort of bringing new ways for the player to actually experience a new way of Call of Duty to actually in terms of gameplay. This is actually the first time since Modern Warfare that we actually have taken it to a new time period. Traditionally it was World War II, the modern setting, and then Black Ops really had gone to sort of the past in terms of Vietnam and the things that go on in the Cold War, but this is really the first time we're really sort of pushing forward to a new type of time frame. And then, again, it gives us new weapons, new technology, and new ways. So we've actually shown a sneak peek of a couple of missions that take place in the past. We've showed some missions in Angola, Afghanistan, and really for us it's creating a lot of those key hot zones that occurred within that 1980s Cold War and really elevating them. If you look at what we did on the first Black Ops, we took events like the Bay of Pigs and Vietnam and really sort of told a new sort of twist on that story and created our own sort of fiction around historical events. We're going to be continuing to doing that with Black Ops 2 on the missions that took place in the 80s. So we're offering innovation across multiple areas with Call of Duty Black Ops 2. In the single-player campaign, we're actually offering branching storylines, which is the first time for Call of Duty. This gives players a new way to experience Call of Duty that'll be different from their friends when they play it. In addition to that, we've introduced these new types of missions called Strike Force missions. Strike Force missions take place in the single-player campaign, but it's a different type of single-player mission than you've ever played before. It's a more RTS-style sandbox level where actually you then control multiple different characters within that environment. You can control foot soldiers, you can control drones, aerial and ground-based units to actually then take advantage of whatever needs to be done in that mission. So we're actually showing off a mission here that takes place in Singapore. In that mission, you're actually going in to destroy a missile defense system that takes place, that's established there. There you have multiple units you can control. You can pull out and go into this Overwatch mode that then allows you to actually move the units from an RTS standpoint and set waypoints, or you can actually go down on any one of the individual units that you want. In addition to that, there's drones that are deployed into that battlefield, aerial drones and ground drones, and you can control them and also give waypoints to those specific characters. The twist about these missions is that there's a pass-fail result for them. So if you win the mission, things will happen in the story that'll be different than if you lost the mission. And that plays into a lot of the sort of things we're doing in terms of the branching storyline. So for us, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is going to be, again, the next sort of explosive multiplayer experience for all players. And for us, we actually feel that that's our responsibility to bring year in and year out a great multiplayer experience to players. We know that that's what keeps people engaged with the game for months and months at a time. And I think if you look at the team at Treyarch, we're going to be pushing innovation on multiplayer as much as we can.
Section, this is Anderson, responding to your Mayday call. Standing by for tasking.
Anderson, we're en route to prom night with the president. Request to establish overhead. Provide armed overwatch.
Wilco, be advised, I'm all you got. The bulk of my squadron is down or engaging drones.
Understood.